series of videos that I've recently put out talking about the Ask Slim membership. Yes, our new site is going to be available in just about a week. We're really happy. After all this time, we're getting ready to go. And this is about our membership level 4, which is called All In. That includes all of the membership levels we've seen before. I want to talk about All In. This is Slim's charts. There is a lot of people out there that have seen my unique style of charting that I have done for all of these years, and it's actually now over 35 years that I've done this kind of charting. The basis of it is cycle analysis. This is looking at the rhythms of the market. Built into that is a sense of money flow, a sense of trend, momentum of the market. I do that on about 330 stocks. About 3/4 of them have readable cyclical patterns. I also do it on 25 different futures and many ETFs. So have a busy time going through all of these charts every week. I want to talk about cycles and what cycles are. And get a little sense of that before I tell you a little bit more about the specifics of this membership and of my charting. We're going to take a look right now at some definitions here. Essentially, what are charts? Cycles are everywhere. A cycle is a series of events that is regularly repeated in the same order. A cycle is measured by when the sequence of a recurring succession of events or phenomena is completed. So in other words, it's measured from end to end. Often in the stock market, we talk about cycles measured from low to low. So cycles, well, they are everywhere. You could see here, well, you have on the left, starting at the top, that's the planetary cycles. In the middle there on top, there's the cycles of a piston engine. On the right, well, that is the water cycle as it goes from evaporation back to water in all of the different methods. Bottom left, there's the cycle of running. In the center there, bottom, that's the cycle of the tides. And on the bottom right, well, that's the cycle of mitosis. Of course, there are all kinds of cycles. We have the cycle of seasons, the cycle of life and death, and just so many other types of cycles. Now, when we talk about cycles in science and math, well, we have the cycles that are measured like on the oscilloscope. On the top there's that sine wave forming. And when you look at the bottom left, there is the sine wave and sine waves that are sine and cosine. And you can see when they get kind of out of phase there. And on the bottom right, well, there's the same thing, but you can see as the magnitude is greater on the upside, well, that causes an uptrend. That does look familiar, doesn't it? So that gives you a sense for, well, cycles in math. Of course, for me, that doesn't really work. I really want to look at cycles a bit differently than that because I look at them in an observational way. I essentially make it an art form. As I do a ton of drawings on the charts that I look at, and that gives you a lot of information as to the cyclical rhythms in the market. I want to show you some charts right now so you can get a sense for how this actually does work on charts. First chart I'm going to show you is a chart of Tesla. Now, what this will be is a weekly bar chart, and this has on it some moving averages and not much else. None of my cyclical drawings or annotations, so that you can see what it looks like before I go to work on the chart. So first thing we're going to show here is this chart of Tesla, this weekly chart. And that's what you can see now is what a 2-year weekly chart looks like with candlesticks. And there are 3 moving averages on here, a 13-week, a 34-week, and a Hull moving average, which is a great momentum indicator. So none of my drawings are on here right now. I wanted you to see what my kind of clean palette looks like before I start to put drawings on. Now I have them hidden, and I'm going to now go on here and I'm going to say show all drawings, and you will see how a chart looks like when you're going to get it in this particular group of stocks, which are the favorite stocks or best trading stocks. And here are the drawings. And there you can see there is lots of information on here. As when you look at the bottom, you can see the cyclical patterns. These are, sorry about that, these are called cycle brackets right over here. And those cycle brackets are give you a sense for the repeating rhythms in the market. So what I'm going to draw for you now is what these cycles look like. Remember I said, like on an oscilloscope, cycles are measured from low to low. So there's a key low right over there, and there's a key low right over here, and these are we call timing spikes, and that measures or points at the important lows. You can see the beautiful cyclical rhythm in here as the uptrend is established as we go from low to low right over here, and where an uptrend actually got broken, where the magnitude of the advance didn't go very high, and then you had this move on the downside, and then a reestablishment of the upside move. So that is how we measure the cyclical patterns, and they become much, much clearer when you see it on the weekly chart, as you see right here. Now, we're going to put a lot of information on these charts for you to have. Again, on the key tradable stocks, 40 or 50 of them, you'll have all of this information. And what we're going to do is put in important support zones. You can see here that there was a bullish harami. We had that marked off with right at the 34-week moving average at an important cycle low. Man, is that an important spot for a rally to start? Similar thing happened right over here. You see that right there? This was a good support zone. You had a couple of bullish haramis and actually a W bottom that formed right in there. Nice pattern right in the support, and then it began to move on the upside again. You can see there was an island top right there, some bearish engulfings that made a little correction. And here it got into the resistance zone, and just in this last week had a pretty good pullback. So that's what it looks like on the weekly chart. I can switch over here to the daily chart, and you can see that we have some similar things in here. And what we're going to do is be putting in the cyclical projections. In other words, you can see the cyclical rhythm right in here, and that kind of points for this correction to go a little bit further. These are not all exact. This could be a little less or a little longer in here, and then probably turning up again. As we saw on the weekly chart, we had good strength. If it continued down, well, there's the big support zone on the 89-day moving average. And this is the slim ribbon in here, which you'll be able to put on all your charts because, well, that script is right in our resource section of the new website. So you can see a lot of information here as we look at these charts. As we see on Tesla, we have support and resistance marked in there, and these daily cycles. We'll be putting in labels for like this little island top that formed in there. Lots of information on these charts. You can see that this can be very helpful to you as a tool as you look at what might be your best strategic approaches and how to time that in different trades that are setting up for you. As we look at these charts, this is meant as a tool for you, not meant to give you buys and sells, really meant for you to use and overlay your own different tools or studies that you use when you look at charts. So lots of information though that's going to be on here, and I think it's going to be very, very helpful to you. As a reminder, this is level 4. It's called All In, and you subscribe to level 4, you're going to get level 3, which is the a way to converse with me. We'll call it Coaching Light. It's trader support emails that you can send to me, talk about the chart setups, talk about many, many other things that may be coming up for you as a trader. Also level 2, which is all of our videos, 6 different videos. We'll be posting 3 every single week. That includes the Future Speak, which is the Wednesday review of all the futures, 24 different futures we look at then. And then we'll be doing trading psychology and markets, sectors, and big picture analysis, stuff for the IRA. Lots of stuff we'll be doing in there also. And if you subscribe to 3 month of the all of these charts, you'll be getting a bonus, and that bonus is the script for the ASLIM MCI. That's the market condition indicator that you've seen me use in the past, and I think that is very, very valuable for giving you a sense for when there are corrections or when there are real downturns in markets. It's a good way, it gives you a good sense for one tool that measures longer term momentum along with shorter term momentum. So I think it's very, very valuable. So subscribe to 3 months of the charts and you will get that bonus. Remember, this is all for the TOS platform. So if you're not on the TOS platform, well, there's a good reason to be pretty soon. So that's a wrap up for what all 4 of our membership levels are, and I really invite you to be a subscriber, support us. We can keep bringing all of this great information to you. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.